Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Shawnee and we are Glitzy Stitches Home by Shawnee Lee. Stay tuned today as I show you some of my craft fair ideas. Today we're going to be making a shabby chic gnome that I will be selling at my craft fair. Quick, easy, and they sell like hotcakes. Stay tuned, won't you? Hey friends, how's it going today? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Believe it or not, guys, we are 5 months out from my first craft fair, and it is kick butt season for me. I'm getting things done. I have paper products done, but one of my best sellers is always my gnomes. And all I can say, guys, is packaging, packaging, packaging. This year, I wanted to go a little bit less expensive because the packaging I buy for my gnomes, it's quite expensive. I've even tried packaging with, because you know, if you've watched me and been with me in the past, I use my bases, my 3-inch bases, and they set quite nicely in bags. It just did not look right. It did not have that nice, well, to put it mildly, expensive look to it, and I did not care for that at all. So I will be purchasing my packaging again. Last year they sold like hotcakes. My best craft show is always the one I do in December. It's a 2-day craft fair, and it is, this year I could not believe it. I told you guys about it in one of my videos. I mean, I made over $1,000, and that's great for me. You know, I do this because it keeps me busy. My crafting, guys, if you're new to my channel, I don't do anything fancy. I get on here and I like to craft just like you were sitting next to me. So if you hear a dog bark, I apologize. You might hear my washer going. You might hear my husband come in. We're both retired, and it's been 3 years and we're still getting used to the retirement life, but we do take vacations now, and I'll be going on a vacation in just a couple of weeks. So excited about that. We're just gonna take the world by the butt and wing it. So anyway, let's get down to this shabby chic gnome. Now, okay, we're going to start with our 3-inch base, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some marble weights. We're going to put about 6, maybe even 7 of them. We're going to hot glue these to our base for weight. Now, how I do this, I literally am going to take our hot glue. I'll poke these right on here. Just put a dot, right? Just like so. One right in the center. Now I'm going to let this dry, and I want to show you guys what I do, because last year I felt a few of my marbles come loose, and that was really bothering me because I don't want to sell a product and have it, you know, not right. I mean, these marbles have to be secure, and so far I haven't had any complaints on this. What I'm going to do is I literally take and I'm going to strap them in just like this. I make sure I have a good line of glue going, and we're just going to put them just like this. Make a little puddle. Go ahead and do the center one just like so. And it keeps them nice and secure. I just crisscross that. What we're going to do now is we're going to get it in our sock. This sock came from the Dollar Tree. It's not a knee sock. It's more of an anklet, just above the ankle. All right. And now what we want to do is I'm going to grab my stuffing. And you all know I use the pillow from Walmart. They're not even $4. They're like $3.98 or something like that. We want her tall enough, but not too tall, because we don't want it to be winky. This particular gnome, the Shabby Chic Gnomes, I like mine kind of plump with stuffing. Nice and firm. You always want your gnome stuffing nice and firm. Like everything else, it will settle over time. And you can feel that weight, guys. A lot of times, if it's on an angle, it works to your advantage because you can use that for the back, and there's more weight on the back, and then you're able to see the face of your gnome better. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a rubber band elastic right around the top. Just like that. And to back your elastic up, you want to come back with some jute twine, because over time the elastic will rot just from being aged. So you want to make sure you have your reinforcement with your jute twine. See, she's kind of leaning, and that's good. That's a good thing. Let's take our base. Now we're going to use this for our base. This is a rose vintage fabric that I purchased at a garage sale. Okay, we're going to put this right in the center. Now, I'm going to try to go corner to corner here, just like so. Just like that. I have my top of my sock in the center. Roll this down a little bit, bring this up as far as I can. Okay. Again, same thing on this side. Bring it up as far as I can. I'm not going to kid you guys, this is not my favorite way to do my gnomes. I love decorating the Shabby Chic, but the building of the Shabby Chic, trying to get this material correct, I guess I could use a sock to do it, but I like to do my sock gnomes as just that, sock gnomes. I don't want to turn them into Shabby Chic. So I'm going to go ahead. You want to keep your rubber bands, your elastics, whatever you call them. I call them both. Okay. Again, you want to take an elastic and you want to secure this right around like so. Okay. Actually going to use some of the top, just like so, just like that. And again, we're going to back it up with some jute. That's good enough. Just like this. Double knot it always, and then just trim it off. Now, the question is, how much do we want to keep? Let's go, this is a good 2 inches down, maybe 2.5, guys. Cut this off. My scissors are getting so dull. You just want to cut it off around. Just like so. There it goes. All right. We're going to go straight across. There we go. just like that. Now, we're going to set this aside and we're going to make the hat. Now this is another piece I bought it in hat with body material there. It came in the same, from the same garage sale, same lot. I'm just going to cut this straight down the center and I will measure this piece for you. I'm winging it here, guys. I have no idea. Hopefully it will fit and won't be too small. Let me see. We have 10.5 inches by 12. So on this 12-inch side, I want to go ahead and I'm going to fold our material over. Doesn't have to be all even and things, guys. Fold it over like such. I'm going to turn it like this. So the fold is on your left-hand side. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to press this with my mini heat press. And I like to cut on the outside material that's going to show on the hat. It helps me personally to know what I'm doing better, know the pattern and such. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to press this material just like so. Kind of get those wrinkles out of there. Again, this does not have to be perfectly even or anything, friends. Just like this. All right. I love these little mini heat presses. I'll have the link to this mini heat press in my description box below. I bought this off Amazon and I am so glad I did. This has been one of my best tools. Okay, now I like to cut on the proper side. Okay, so I'm going to go right here and I'm just going to cut up at an angle, a nice little angle here. We want to bring this to a pretty good point at the end. Okay, there we go, just like so. We're going to put this material aside. You never know what you might need a scrap for. Now I'm going to turn this inside out like so, just like this. Okay. I want to get this pretty good. And I'm going to press it again, guys, just like this. There we go. There we go. Now, with my hot glue, I'm going to use hot glue today, but I am going to touch this with some Fabric Fusion. And I'm going to tell you why, is because you're going to be selling these, and you do not want, again, to sell a product and have it falling apart when the person gets it home. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to touch it with some Fabric Fusion first. Okay. That was Jonathan. I can tell you which dog's which. Easily, guys. Easily. We're going to go just like this. Now we're going to take our hot glue. And I'm just using today the Dollar Tree hot glue. Generally, I use the Surebonder glue, or the Gorilla glue, excuse me, with my Surebonder. And I like that very well. But today I have and am using just glue sticks from the Dollar Tree. They tend to be a little stringy at times, but they're not too bad. You want to make sure your seam is perfectly sealed. You're going to have to set this aside, which is fine. We're going to be working on the body of our gnome, so that's fine. You're going to have to set this aside to let it dry before we turn it to the right side. Okay, just like that. I'm going to measure this for you as well, just so you get an idea. It does not have to be the exact measurements of mine, friends. You do not have to do that at all. I'm doing this just to show you how I do it, and to let you know that these do very well at my craft shows and fairs. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cuff this just a little bit here. Hopefully this is dry enough to do so. If not, I'll show you what we do for that. Okay, I'm going to cuff this down. The reason I'm doing this, and I am going to press it, the reason I'm doing this is we want a beautiful edge on the outside of this hat, because I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a great big brim for this hat. We'll see. We want that floppy brim. So what we're going to do is I have this like this. That's just fine. Let's press this down. Okay, just like that. Okay, press it down. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to set this aside. We're going to let everything bond, seal, and we're going to work on the body again. All right. Now, let's set this aside, guys, and let's bring our body back here. Now, this is the body to our gnome. What we're going to do is earlier I have taken a Dollar Tree white mop. Now, guys, the white mops are getting scarce to find. I do not know why, but they certainly are getting scarce to find. I had to go to 3 different Dollar Trees to find some mop for my braids for. Okay, and for the braids, we're going to do this. I'm going to even these out as much as possible, just like so. I'm just going to cut them right here. I'm going to take a lot of hot glue, and if you want to use Fabric Fusion for this as well, that's great. We probably should use a little bit. Okay, so Fabric Fusion there. Let's do our braids. You know, you want these kind of towards the front, guys, because you want these to show. So we're going to do this. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to grab my... I have my silicone spatula somewhere. These are a little long, but that's okay. This is Shabby Chic, so that's just for this particular gnome. We're just going to put them up there, make sure they're good and stuck. Okay. A little more Fabric Fusion. Put the glue on the braid this time. I was inconsistent sometimes, guys. All right, there we go. All right, just like that. Okay, now, so cute. Confession time. I do not care to make the female gnomes so much. The males are just so fun, and you can put such expressions just with, you know, beards and things like that. The girls are a little more difficult to make. They just are. You have to really, that's what I like about making the Shabby Chic female, actually, is because you have to really emphasize on your jewels and your hats, and it just makes it so much fun. All right, guys, look at that. Now, we're not finished with these braids yet, so I'm going to set this aside, right? We're going to bring our hat back. Now, if our hat is a little big, that would be absolutely wonderful. Let's turn this to the right side. How I'm going to do that, guys, I'm going to go up here just like this. Okay, if you hear dog barking, told you so. Let me see who that is. I can tell you. That is Chancellor. Chance, hush, buddy. You're okay, honey. All right, now we're going to do this. We're going to pull this out as far as possible. I'm going to take the end of a pencil, or actually I'll take my screwdriver. I'll just take my little screwdriver. You want to be very careful though not to poke through. Just like this. All right, just like that. I think I like that just like so. Now, I want to take this little gal like this, and let's see how we did here. Oh boy. The sky's the limit with these shabby chic gnomes too. You can decorate the dickens out of them, and I love that. It's one of the best parts of making these beautiful gnomes is the decorating. Now this, you know what? I want to go, I want to go about 4.5 inches, I think, on this. Yep, I do. I want to go about 4.5 inches on this round. Okay, so that's all the way to there. Now, I'm going to cut this round. I'm going to wing it. This may not work. I'm not going to pretend it's going to because it may not. I'm going to go all the way out here. Okay, let me do this like this. And I'm just going to cut around. No pattern, no anything. I'm just going to wing this and hope that I get a big floppy disc out of this, guys. Okay, it's large enough. This may be too small now. We'll see. We're going to find out real quick. Oh boy, and it almost looks oval instead of round. Let's see. Okay, this may be better, guys. This may be better. That's like that. I'm going to tack it. There we go. Just tack it. And I want to show you what we're going to put on this. What we're going to put on this is pretty cool. It's going to really make it shabby chic-y, and it's going to make it, it's going to bring out the farmhouse. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, there we go. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is really cute. Okay. All right, stay up there. All right. Okay, there's the front thus far. Okay, isn't that cute? I think it's so cute, guys. I love it. Now, what we're going to do, gotta have that down here a little bit. All right. Let me grab the next element to this. Now I have some lace here. Now, did I buy this from the Dollar Tree? Yep, this is from the Dollar Tree, guys. I love this Dollar Tree lace. It's really, really nice. Now, I don't want to do it this way because that's not the way it goes. We want this really frilly part on the bottom. So we're going to start at the back of our hat we made. Start at the back of our hat. Let's see, there's our seam right there. We're going to start right here. We're going to start with some hot glue. I might hit it with some Fabric Fusion every now and then, guys, because that's going to be that long-term hold right there. That Fabric Fusion, it sticks like you sewed it. It's pretty good stuff. I don't mind it at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to lay it very gently on here. If you need to tap on this, guys, grab a spatula, grab anything, but don't do it with your fingers because you will burn yourself. I have gotten some significant burns from not listening to my own advice. Now just follow the line of your frilly brim here. And why I say to follow the line of the frilly brim is it's going to give you more movement in your hat, and you don't want to pull it tight. Because you pull it tight, it's going to look funny if you have a big old tight piece of lace and a floppy brim. Okay? So just go ahead and go all the way around like so. and just let it kind of lay where it's going to lay. As long as it's not like droopy drooperton, you'd be all right. Now we're going to put the nose on, and I'm going to put the nose about right here because we're going to bring the top of this hat and we're going to put it kind of over the nose like so. This is going to make the cutest farmhouse shabby chic gnome. It's already really shaping up. And we're going to go just like this, get that all up in there. All right, guys, we want it in the center. Okay, I'm going to put it right there. Right about there. So cute. You could put a great big nose on here if you wanted to. I like gnomes with great big noses as well. What you could do is you could take a piece of foam and round it, put a hosiery around it, or you could take a small piece of styrofoam, paint it, things like that. Just use your own imagination. And I just think that would look so cute. Big noses are cool on these gnomes for sure. All right, we're going to go just like this. Make sure we're flapping a little bit here. Now we're going to put some bows on our little pigtails. Okay, we're going to do that with our lace. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to hot glue some lace around here, guys. That's exactly how I'm going to do that. Then we'll just make a bow so we're not tying it in a great big knot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, put a little dot of hot glue on the elastic, which is going to break it. I didn't even think of that. Oh goodness, see, yep, it just broke. All right, now we're going to bring it around like so. Just like this, nice and tight. You want this one nice and tight. All right, I'm going to cut this off about right here. Okay. Smooth that out. Perfect. We're going to do the same thing over here with some just a regular bow like you would tie when you were young, or shoestring bow as they call it. Just like so. Let's tighten this up. Okay. Tighten this up a little bit. There we go. There. Okay. That's good. Now, I'm going to try to cut this on the angle. We're not going to dovetail the lace. A little bit difficult to dovetail lace. Put this down if you want, if it's too different. If you want them exactly the same, that's your preference. I like them a little bit imperfect. But I am going to cut those down because that's a little bit too much on there. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's better. That is much better, actually. Let's go with this. There we go. Perfect. Isn't that cute, guys? I love it. Now let's get our little embellishments put on the hat. And guys, that's all we're going to do to this. I was going to put a dress on her and such, but you know what? As she is, once we get our embellishments on there, she will sell in a heartbeat. Now I'm going to show you. We're going to go ahead and with this, we're going to make a bow for right here on her little hat, and wait till you see what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to go just like this. You'll be surprised, I think, at the embellishment we're going to put on this. It's super, super cute. And it just goes with that farmhouse theme. Cute that is. But we're not finished yet. We're going to embellish this. Let me show you what I have here, guys. I am so proud of these. And actually, there only came 5 in a package. Now, I purchased these off of Temu. I think they were, I want to say $2. Now, these weren't one of the 79-cent deals. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of E6000 on this bee. Look at these bees, guys. Aren't they beautiful? They just sparkle. They just have that little shine and sparkle to them. Okay. And the reason we're going to be using E6000 on this today, friends, is we do not want this falling off. Now, we could use some fabric fusion, but honestly, I think the E6 will work even better than the fabric fusion. We're going to just put a dot of this, just so it has that extra hold when we need it. And no matter where it is, what it is, that E6000 always comes off a little bit on me right there. Okay, I'm just going to put some literally right in the dab of his head, just like that. Just right in the middle of his head. We're going to hot glue the rest, and let me show you how we're going to do that. Tweezers for this, by all means, you can do so. I'm going to put the hot glue on like so. There we go, friends, just like that. I'm going to put a little bit of well hot glue right there, just in case it wants to stick like that. We're going to put this right on the little bow, right in the center of the little bow. I think this is going to look absolutely adorable. It does. We're going to set our little ribbon just right on top like so. Let that set a second. And there we have it. Our little farmhouse shabby chic gnome is ready for the craft fair. You can put any personalizations on this you want to on the box. I always put my logo name here. This says Glitzy Stitches Home by Shawnee Lee. And I always add a tag as well. We'll be right back with our final reveal. And if you enjoyed today's video, here's something else you may like.